It's been so long since I did a video. I wanted to just quickly go through all the coins. Just briefly, I prefer to dig deep with you, but I have so much to talk about. We're going to just go through everything on a surface level. And in other videos, we can dig deeper. But so just to go through, of course, Bitcoin, as Mike Novogratz says, the herd is coming. Bitcoin is the front door. Everybody's lining up and going. It's Bitcoin is the gateway drug. Once you get Bitcoin, you realize there's a lot of other more exciting things out there, but all the newbies are coming, and the newbies right now are big Wall Street people with billions of dollars. So this thing, I don't know. Could be 40,000 in a few months or less. It could also at any moment, because I don't totally believe in it, fall by a lot. It's crazy. It's risky. I advise only 5 to 10% of your portfolio on Bitcoin. Think of it as gold. In your stock portfolio, you say 5 to 10% of your portfolio on gold. In your crypto portfolio, I just do 5 or 10%. Granted, up until this point, that has been sort of wrong, and the best move has been to only hold Bitcoin and never touch it and don't buy anything else. But I don't believe that will last forever. Bitcoin is not one of the cryptocurrencies that I'm sure is going to be a leader in 5 or 10 years. And I just want to hold stuff that it will be a leader in 5 or 10 years and I don't have to trade it. So, but I own Bitcoin, I'm holding it, but it's kind of crazy. Litecoin. Why has this shot up recently? I saw some people talking about it. They don't know. Well, I found the answer, I think. You look on look on YouTube and you can see Charlie Lee, the founder here. He's been going on CNBC, Glenn Beck. He's on mainstream TV talking about it. So my thought on Litecoin, I've said this in other videos. It's not a bad coin. It works. It's a little faster than Bitcoin, but that whole thing, it's faster than Bitcoin. There's a lot of people because Bitcoin was the only coin for years. And so when other coins came out, we called them altcoins, and it was all how does it compare to Bitcoin sort of conversation. And that whole paradigm is gone as far as I'm concerned. It's now, what are we trying to do and what's the best system for doing it? And we don't have to just compare to Bitcoin. But there's a lot of people still in that world. And so people don't talk about Litecoin, like how does that compare to everything that's out there? People talk about it as, oh, it's like a little faster than Bitcoin, but who cares? So anyways, Litecoin is in Coinbase, and all the newbies, all the mom and poppers have been convinced. They're jumping on Coinbase, paying crazy fees, and buying whatever's on Coinbase. And now you see this guy from Litecoin is on TV, and that's why it's going up, because he was on TV talking about it. I don't think, to me, Litecoin, like I said, it's fine, it works, but eventually I think it becomes a boring commodity, and the price, may keep going up. I don't know, but in the long run, I don't want to own what I think is going to be a boring commodity. I want something that is a foundational product, which brings me to, I believe, our next in line here, Ethereum. Now, here's a platform. Now, there's a lot of, Vitalik Buterin recently had a speech. I recommend you watch it. It was surprisingly understandable. I've been following this maybe, but I could understand it. Sometimes there's a lot of this technology stuff. I study this stuff all day and I can't follow it. This Vitalik Buterin speech on Ethereum 2.0, where he says the Ethereum killer, the Ethereum of China, the Ethereum of China is Ethereum, the Ethereum killer is Ethereum, the Ethereum of whatever is Ethereum, and he talked about how they're going to scale the network. I'm going to do a video on that because it's brilliant. My faith in Ethereum increases every day. Just today, in the latest news, UBS is using Ethereum to deal with compliance. UBS Bank, and then they're going to do that with other banks. The Ethereum is for real, and it's not. I know there's a lot of these other platforms that think they're going to be, the Ethereum killer, but I think that that it's going to be really hard to do. And, well, that's good. I think it's all right. I think that's going to be really hard to do. And if nothing else, even if someone else can sort of compete with Ethereum, Ethereum's doing it in their head and they're killing it and they're so. And then you get the CryptoKitties thing that came out, which at first is like, okay, that's stupid. But at the same time, it's just another killer app, another example of, transaction growth. Whether it's UBS doing something important like compliance with Ethereum or people breeding make-believe cats, it's just like, Ethereum is awesome. And the price, yeah, we had a nice jump. Like I said in past videos, I was like, it sat at 300 for a while here. Let's see. We do 6 months. Let's go back even more. Yeah, it's like here's 300, rather volatile, but we're at 300 for, if you count it from here, June through November. So June, July, August, September, October. So for almost 6 months, we sat at 300, a volatile range. But I wonder now if we're sort of sitting at 450. That's sort of what I'm betting that we're going to, Ethereum's past has been these steps. These look small now because we're so far away from it, but, it sat here at about, just under 100 for a while, sat at this $50 for a while. Maybe we're going to sit at 450 for a while. If that's the case, when it gets down to 425, good time to buy maybe. Maybe it touches 400 again. You can, and just I'm keep accumulating and moving to my Ether wallet. I'm going to do a video on that because one of the things I found, not only is my Ether wallet a safer place to hold, a lot of new coins that are EC20 or Ethereum-based coins, when they launch, they do an airdrop, meaning they give free tokens to anybody who's on Ethereum, but they don't do it if you're sitting in Coinbase. You don't get them. Every time I go into my Ether wallet, I see these new tokens that I got for free. I don't even know what they are, but some are good. This BAT, which I said not to buy in one of my videos. I wouldn't buy it right now, but I'll take a few free tokens they gave me. I've got a few of those. I got a few. So buy, accumulate Ethereum, leave it on my Ether wallet. This is a platform that will be important 20 years from now. That is where the money is, holding for years. Warren Buffett is a billionaire because he doesn't just hold 5 or 10. He has great companies that he held for 30 years. That's how you get FU money, right? Okay, IOTA. So I have a video where I talk about, I don't believe the IOTA story. I don't think it's gonna, I wouldn't bet on it. Now, of course I could be wrong. I'm not trying to pick every winner. I just need to pick a few winners. Or honestly, in this market, we're so early, if you pick one winner and hold it for 10 years, you're gonna have more than enough money. So I'm not betting on IOTA. I could be wrong, but I don't lose anything by not betting and being wrong. But I wouldn't bet on IOTA. I have a video on it where I talk about it. Nothing from that has changed. IOTA suddenly shot up, and it looks to me like it shot up because Microsoft said they're sharing data with them. Take a look at, see if you can find any company that Microsoft is not sharing data with. I think Microsoft, and they're trying to do their own thing. It looks to me like Microsoft is like, we want to be in the blockchain business. They are with Azure, and they want to communicate with all the other platforms and work with them either to just know what's going on or to be this open thing that communicates with everyone. The fact that Microsoft is working with IOTA, the only thing you can say about that is, why was IOTA one of the last ones that Microsoft decided to work with? To me, that was a nothing announcement, which might be why the price rose so much. I can't find anything else. And a lot of the IOTA partnerships, it sounds great. Oh, they're working with, but it looks to me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, if you have data that shows something really going on, happening on the IOTA platform, let me know. But it looks to me like everyone's doing sort of a proof of concept or is testing. Satoshi Pay was testing with IOTA, and then guess what? They left and went to Stellar Networks. Testing is one thing. Actually launching and having programs and spending years building is another. And I don't know. Listen, I could be wrong on IOTA. Maybe it's great. Certainly the price. I mean, this thing has gone through the roof-a-rooski. So listen, I mean, it was at 50 cents for a while here. I mean, we don't even need to go look at this. For a while here at 50 cents, it was tricking up, and then look at this. I mean, this is in less than a month went from 80 cents to $4. I mean, or if you go from 80 cents. I mean, so I don't yet think I'm wrong on IOTA as far as I don't believe in this thing being a leading blockchain, or it's not even a blockchain. Directed acyclical graph, I believe. Whatever the heck it is. I don't see it. But as far as investing and making money on it, it's certainly been a good idea. Yes, and I've missed out. People are like, oh, you're gonna be pissed because you missed out because there's other coins I've said I don't like. I don't need to pick every winner. And right now, almost everything is a winner, right? My thing, we'll see which coins 5 years from now are right to hold for 5 years. That's, just because something shoots up right now. But anyways, to those who have been holding it, maybe you're right. I don't know. But I don't see any new evidence. I haven't changed my mind on IOTA, but certainly the price has been unbelievable. Bitcoin Cash also, I don't see that thing moving. I don't, Bitcoin Cash, I just laugh about it. I think, again, back from the day when Bitcoin was everything, and then the altcoins were gonna fork from Bitcoin, and then you compare yourself to Bitcoin, and there were a lot of people who became obsessed, almost it might be a mental illness, obsessed with block size. Block size can change the world, and that became the Bitcoin Cash people, and they got their big block size, and now it's not faster. In fact, it's still slower than Bitcoin. Even you would think that's impossible to do, but it is slower than Bitcoin, even with their giant block sizes that they don't fill up. And then now they're going to do another upgrade where they're going to change the block size configuration again. Listen, block size, maybe it matters, but I don't know. When I watched Vitalik Buterin give a speech on scaling and whether they're talking about sharding and side chains and proof of stake and all these things, the block size never comes up. I mean, I just think this thing is ridiculous. Okay, EOS. So the thing about, now this is interesting. I'm going to make a video on Ethereum, like I said, and there's one instance where I think Ethereum, I don't think it has a threat. It's a threat to its ability to be successful, but it's a threat to it being super dominant. Okay, and that is this concept of decentralization. Ethereum is totally decentralized, and I can't wait to do this video, like I said, about Ethereum, where I'm going to really get into this speech, and I would go look for it, where his Ethereum 2.0 speech, okay? Where he talks about decentralization. And the question, I've always believed, and the reason I got into this space early is that I believe that decentralized systems grow faster and larger than centralized ones. Now, we can go to an extreme and understand that there's one central point that makes all decisions would be ultimately centralized, and totally decentralized, where it's just, spread out among all individuals, is the opposite of that. Now, Ethereum is going for total super decentralization, but the question is this: at what point do you need to get to where you call it decentralized and it's decentralized enough to be decentralized? Where does it matter? So EOS is like they're going to have like 10 independent data centers. So that's decentralized in that it's like 10, or I think they're going to have 12. But, Vitalik Buterin is just like, I mean, that's not decentralized at all. That's too centralized. Now, it's easier if you only have 10 centers, even the whole concept of master nodes, which is what Dash is doing. It's easier to introduce features and have speed when you are the more centralized you are. And so EOS has all these advantages. Supposedly, it's not launching until June, but theoretically, EOS, people say it's going to be the Ethereum killer. It's going to be faster because of this and that, but it's not anywhere near as decentralized as Ethereum. So does that matter? I don't know. Maybe this being super decentralized doesn't matter that much. Maybe it matters in some ways. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. We'll get into that deeper when I do my next Ethereum video. But EOS, they just launched their test net. Everybody's all excited. That's why the price here has gone through the roof. Everything's going up. I have my Stellar Lumens went up like 10x. Ethereum's up. Everything's up. I feel like I'm a genius. But if I bought all the coins that I think are stupid, they also would have been all up. So it's very easy to feel smart right now because everything's up. What is down? Other than NEO, which hasn't moved, it seems like everything is up. So it's easy to feel smart. As Warren Buffett says, you don't know who's swimming naked until the tide goes out. But right now we are at high tide. In fact, the water's crashing over the wall. So, look at this EOS. at 50 cents for a while, up to 4, so that's an 8x jump. My Stellar and Lumens did an 8x jump. I think Stellar is great. I think Stellar went up because I'm smart, and I think EOS went up because, it's stupid. So who knows? And I don't think it's stupid. EOS could be successful. I like Brock Pierce. He seems like a very fun guy. It could be cool, but again, I'm not betting on it. Not now. I don't know if I ever will, but again, the price action has been very positive, but it hasn't even launched. I don't buy stuff that hasn't launched. That's too much risk for me. Ethereum Classic, I just don't watch anymore. You can watch my old videos. It's just, to me, why would you want sort of Ethereum's take 10%, take what was before Ethereum, take 10% of the people who don't like the idea of refunding a theft, and you take that group, which has not the top programmers, and now they're running their own Ethereum. Why would you bet on that instead of Ethereum? I have no idea. This SAN, I just see this thing going up and up. It's in the top numbers. I don't even know what the hell this is. I can't remember. Let's see here. Oh, financial data. I want to look into this. I don't know what this thing is. I mean, I see that it's financial market data and content platform. I love trying to get new data. I mean, maybe it's got interesting stuff for me. I don't know if I would buy the token, but I do want more data. And as things have been shooting up, maybe it's interesting. I'm going to take a look at it. Bitcoin Gold. I'm so over the whole altcoins and Bitcoin forks. Just they're all to me is stupid. I shouldn't say stupid. Listen, A, I could be wrong, and B, but I don't get it. Why would you buy? Okay, Monero. I've talked about. You can see some. I'll just say it briefly for those. I have a lot of new subscribers. Did my Tai Lopez course, by the way. I think what I put in there was pretty cool. For those of you who have been watching my videos, Tai Lopez course. I mean, I just talked about one thing I don't know if I've talked about in my videos. I need to make a video being very clear. You want to do dollar cost averaging to get into this market. I did my intro video. I thought was good. I should do something like that for my channel. I talk about my Bitcoin and Stellar and Ethereum, my thoughts on that, which you may know if you've watched my channel. And then I talk about how to buy it, which exchanges, and where to store it. I think I went into more detail on Tai's than I have on mine. And anyways, I've got some new subscribers from it. Thank you all for watching. And so I've talked about in some past videos. To me, I like investing in platforms more than just pure coins, because to me, a coin eventually, everything's a coin. So it just becomes a commodity. And privacy is cool. Monero is one of these private, anonymous coins like Zcash. But again, I think that becomes a commodity as well, because Ethereum's already incorporated that technology. It's a little expensive, but eventually privacy itself also becomes a commodity, and Ethereum has it. So I wouldn't buy those coins. Ripple, too, I've talked about. Stellar is a fork of Ripple with the rockstar Jed, who left Ripple. And I think Stellar's deal with IBM just kills Ripple. Ripple, again, may go around, may do fine, and its price may go up 8x one of these days like everybody else. But, and it already has. It's got a very high market cap. I was trading Ripple. I no longer will buy it because Stellar's just eating their lunch faster than I thought they were going to. Dash, I have videos on that. You can see what I believed about Dash. I still believe, but now it just seems very expensive. I mean, it's gone up a ton. I would not buy more here. The big thing is they're launching Evolution, and this is possibly a big deal. When we get closer, maybe we'll do videos about it. If Evolution works and people start using Dash for payments and transactions go way through the roof, they don't do a ton of transactions per day, and for this. But their market cap, what is the market cap now of digital cash? Almost 6 billion for like, I don't know, 20,000 transactions a day. Let's do a quick, just for fun. I look at this all the time. How many transactions per day? So we've got, what do I got here? This is Ethereum. That's all time. Let's do 6 months. Ethereum here shot up to 700. Can I? Okay, I got this. My video screen is over the stuff that I use. Let's move that. Okay, so let's look at Dash. Here it is. So, I mean, just to be compared to Ethereum, okay, this is Dash down here. We got to get rid of Ethereum to be able to see. You know, so look at, they shot up to like 15,000, but it's kind of fallen back here. It's at 8,000 transactions a day. So if they're going to be a coin with, you know, that's used all the time, you're going to have to see transactions go through the roof. And I don't see it happening yet. Maybe it will, but the price has gone through the roof without any change in transactions. They launched something that I don't know what, didn't seem like a big deal to me. So I like the theory and the story and the idea of Dash. I just haven't seen it implemented. I wouldn't buy it. So okay, where were we? So let's go back here. So we did Ripple, Dash. Okay, Neo. You know, is this like the only coin that has not gone through the roof? Which I love, because a Neo is another one that I would not invest in it. I don't believe in the story. I think it's a bunch of BS. So, you know, you had this is when I made my first video, don't buy Neo. It was literally on this day. Thank you very much. And then it's been sort of sitting at 30 forever. It just got, okay, so with this big rally, got over. Now, this was back when Da Hongfei said, oh, maybe we'll do a deal with the Chinese government. Oh, please. And they're over 30 now. But whatever. I'm not a Neo fan. And by the way, when people are like, "Oh, you know, you hate this coin," I don't hate. It's just like I don't care. And if news comes out and I'm wrong, I will drop. Watch out. I was a victim of this in my past. It's called consistency bias that humans have. You want to sort of maintain your same opinions. But in investing, that's very dangerous. Things change. In fact, I want to talk about NEM for a second before this video is over, because they had a deal. I thought NEM is very boring. Maybe I'll change my mind. I can go from hating to loving very quickly if the facts change. But if I don't like something, it's not that I don't have some personal agenda and I hope it goes down. It's just I don't see the facts. Okay. Of why. Okay. So, anyways, now Stellar. People have been asking me, you know, should I buy Stellar now? I love Stellar long term. First of all, look at its market cap. It's still 2.5, which is well below a lot of the, you know, Dash we just saw. What was it? Almost 6. I think Ripple's at like 8. It's still cheap. But I was standing on the rooftop screaming about it when the market cap was at 500 million. To me, that was the no-brainer of a lifetime. And not only that, I think it is still inexpensive relative to everything else. But when you've had a run of 8x, I wouldn't be surprised if it sits here for a little while. You know what I mean? If it doesn't move, or it even goes down a little. So here it is. Okay, so here was when I was at right here. I was at Tai Lopez's house saying, "Buy Stellar." And then look at this run from here, from 4. Remember, and I did also say it's going to sit at 4 for a while because it had a lot of overhang. If we look at the long term, wish this wasn't so slow. And so now it's really shot up. The bottom line is you got a dollar cost average in. Oops, sorry. You have to dollar cost average in, so you always want to buy with the idea that you hope it goes down because you didn't buy that much and you have more, and you're always hoping it goes down because you love it in the long run. So here, you know, I think there was a lot of 4 overhang from the early this big rally up here, and sure enough, there was. And then once it broke through, I mean, look at this shit. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it trades between 15 and 10 for a while. I could be wrong. It could keep going. Take a look at this here. Where's this? I look at this dashboard. You know, when this hit, the transactions jumped from like under 10,000 a day to 30,000 a day. When this hit, this is when the price boomed again, and it kind of settled down. Then it came back again last week. Now it's steady. Looks like, you know, at the 30, a little over 30,000. if this keeps going up, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on. IBM, says after the first quarter, it's really going to ramp up. And what does that mean? Remember I said how Dash needs to go from 10,000 transactions a day. I mean, Ethereum's doing 800,000. I mean, it's got to go up a lot. I can see that happening here with Ripple. Is it going to happen next week? So you want a dollar cost average in. I think this is one we can hold on for a long time. If you're wrong, or if the price sits here for a long time, hey, eventually it'll go up. So it's worse than buying something that starts going to zero and then you're screwed. So as far as the people asking me, can I buy now? I hate buying right after a run like this. So buy a teeny bit. Yesterday obviously would have been better than today. What are we up? 30% today. Sorry if you missed that one. But it's still very volatile. It's not on any exchanges. It sort of seems like the volume is coming from when real banks are trying to launch, or IBM is helping launch, and they're actually buying Lumens to do real things. So that's not like Charlie Lee goes on TV and people buy at Coinbase. It's actual. So it can be, I think, more volatile because nothing happens, then all of a sudden a big bank comes on. So it may, who knows? But you want to have a long-term accumulation plan. Not going to tell you to buy it when it's up 30% today, but Okay, OMG, I will be making videos soon. I think we are back in business here with OMG. This is a long story. I'm going to need to do a video on it, but it looks like, and I'm still getting all my facts. I remember I have a developer who I've worked with for a long time who lives in Thailand. He went to the blockchain conference. He talked with people from OMG. He may go to the office. We're like, I'm digging in both on just this as a payment platform, maybe starting a business. That's a long story. Anyways, they're going to have staking your money on their proof of stake for validating transactions, which looks like it could be an awesome business opportunity with your coins to make extra money. I'm going to do some videos on this. I am back to thinking I should accumulate OMG. It's been very volatile. Let's look at it here. I don't know why everything's so slow. Okay. It's been a while. That's why I'm making this long video. I can't stop talking. So yeah, went down to 6. I missed that. Oh, that was way back in Halloween. So this is a long graph here. So from in November, so it's been sort of bouncing up to 8. Looking at this, it looks like $8 is a decent price if it keeps bouncing around like this. I think that it sounds to me, and I'm not done with my research, but at this point, it looks like in the first quarter, there will be announcements of companies who are working with and implementing. We've heard about McDonald's. I believe there are more who are working with OMG and actually launching and using the platform. The original thing with McDonald's got everyone excited, and when we all bought it, here, because they said we're working with McDonald's, and we thought people were going to be paying Ether, at the counter in McDonald's. Turns out that wasn't quite the story. But real things will start launching soon. I think it's in the second quarter it'll launch, or it's the first. We're getting close to real stuff launching, and it looks awesome. So, and then if you want to do staking, where you earn interest or you earn extra money on your coins that you stake, maybe that's launching in the first quarter. I don't know. And once staking launches, I feel like the price shoots up because all of a sudden everyone locks up their money. So I think I'm getting back to accumulating OMG. I will do more videos on that in the future. And also, just to point out, when I found out that the McDonald's story wasn't true, I said a couple things. Number one, I said, don't sell what you have. I didn't sell anything I had, but I said, I'm not buying more till I hear a better story. And I said, and who knows, this thing could go to 2. So it never went to 2. I no longer think it's going to 2. I just said it could be because now we have no news and who knows what goes on with this market. And so I wasn't buying any. So please don't get start telling me that I'm an idiot because I said it was going to 2. You can watch my old video and see exactly how I talked about it, about OMG. And as I said, I'm waiting for more news till it looks like something real is launching and not just press releases about McDonald's that are blown out of proportion by people on Reddit. Now I'm seeing something real. And so now I'm thinking, okay, now I can start getting back in. Okay? So trying to diffuse some of the hate mail that I will be getting. And where are we? I think that's about as far as I go on my list, except for NEM. I'm going to mention for a minute here. Now, I'm going to do research on this. I have not done my research, but I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on. I mean, granted, my surface unresearched news is probably 5 times deeper than anything else you'll find on YouTube. But so this jump here from 0.26 to 0.6, so a 300% jump, and then it came quite a bit back, but it's going back. So here's the story. So should I tell you the real story or what everybody else is saying? Here's what everybody else is saying. NEM has a deal with Tencent, which is $1 billion company, and they're working with them to to allow payments through WeChat, which is like the biggest chat thing and the biggest platform in China. I mean, this is one of my things I haven't researched yet, okay? I don't totally understand what WeChat is, okay? So don't yell at me because I don't know. I'm just telling you the story that I heard originally is like, oh, they're working with this $1 billion company to become the payment on the biggest platform. That's not true. But there may be something real here. So what it is WeChat is a platform that has apps on it. One of the apps is made by NEM that allows you to pay for stuff. So what does that mean? I mean, there's the best case scenario and there's a worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that like all I have to do is download the app and it's really easy. And now for every app on WeChat that requires payment, you can easily just pay with them, right? And it's the only crypto, and and then wow, that's really cool. The worst case scenario is it's just one app that allows you to like send NEM to somebody else who also downloads the app. And you can't use it to pay for anything on the other apps because they haven't integrated with that app. And in that case, who cares? This story is nothing. So, and I don't know what the story is yet. I haven't done the research. I will do it. I recommend you do it as well. And if you find out before me, let me know. If it looks awesome, again, we're early with this stuff. You don't have to buy the day they announce it. You can see it came down. And maybe it'll bounce around. I don't know what it'll do. I don't know the exact news, but that did catch my attention. And this is another example of I said NEM. I'm out of focus. I said NEM looks really boring to me. I don't know why I wouldn't buy NEM's coin. It looks very boring. I don't even think it made it to my videos where I talked about things that are boring. It was so boring. But I don't know. You start talking about being on the WeChat platform, suddenly I'm not so bored. But again, I don't know what that means and what is actually happening. So I'm going to look into that. It's another video. Oh, I have so many video ideas now. I don't know how it'll get it done. And I really enjoyed having a vacation and doing no work. But if we want to be crypto millionaires or billionaires and we want to have FU money, I got to do my work. Got to do my research. And then I share it with you, my viewing public. And you know what? You do inspire me to study harder and to get my facts straight so that, so this channel helps me. I think that's all I want to say right now. I am back. I don't know if I'm gonna, I don't know how often I'll be doing videos. I got used to just doing nothing all day. It was fucking great. But you know what? I am motivated to learn and pick some more winners. Stellar for me now. I now have so much that I can't buy it anymore. And it would be nice to find a new one. It could be OMG, and maybe there'll be more. I will keep you posted. Thanks for and please subscribe or hit that bell thing. If I have enough people hitting the bell thing, eventually I can use that we can do live shows and talk back and forth. So stay tuned. Thank you.